Alright, so I guess we should get started by starting from where it all begun. Vanilla Destiny,
Facts.
which.
It's kind of a no-brainer where this one is gonna go. I mean, we could think about this in two different ways,
Hmm.
and it still doesment matter where like if it, like we could think about it in terms of like nostalgia,
Hmm.
or we could completely remove nostalgia from the picture and it's still an S tier.
This
Michael Salvatore just doesn't miss.
never does. Like, that's what's gonna make this super hard to judge any of these.
Yeah.
Because they're all in the B S tier range. What sucks is that Destiny 1, well, Destiny Vanilla had problems. But
Right.
if you think about it, the music carried.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
The
coming
music was just
from
incredible.
Halo to this, the soundtrack was insane.
It really was fucking like I don't know. They just really I don't they just fucking went off.
Yeah, they hit
Cuz
their marks. Like,
obviously Halo was just like some of the best and then they just got even better. Like it's crazy.
if you just bring the main theme up, like Destiny Vanilla is where all of these, like, do you know what a leitmotif is?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they bring all these new leitmotifs and themes for each of the characters.
And they
Like,
still carry into this day.
exactly. Like the
Yeah.
light theme, the Guardian
Yes.
theme is still played to this day.
Yeah. That's one thing I really admire like about most of like the music they make cuz they
Mhm.
always slip it in there.
We see this more with like today with the darkness theme. Like we got the first glimpse of it in Vanilla Destiny 2, and then it's slowly been building and building until Witch Queen, which I think is genius
Yeah.
because you know what enemy you're fighting based on the music.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
it's the Vex, you're gonna hear that nasty computer garbage,
Yeah, and then if you're fighting the Cabal, you're gonna hear like a shit ton of horns and
drums.
all that shit, drums. Yeah.
And it goes like so far to that the different legions and groups
Hmm.
of each enemy have their own different themes based off of it. All just mushes together. Like different groups of fallen, each house has a different overall theme. Which, oh, actually, what came out first? Was it Dark Below or was it House of Wolves?
Dark Below.
Okay, so that brings us to Dark Below, which brought Crota,
You
right?
know, yeah, it was Crota.
Okay. Honestly,
Um, I don't really remember anything too notable about this one. I mean,
yeah,
and
most of the
the many times that I've done Crota's End, none of it is even like I don't
stuck out.
remember shit.
Yeah. All I
So
remember
like,
is the annoying high-pitched strings that they'd always bring in when you'd be in those creepy depths of the Hellmouth and stuff,
yeah.
which
But
it
then
added
again, it was
ambience.
fitting.
Yeah, Proto's theme was meh.
Yeah, I don't really remember it too well, which kind of is going to come into play a lot here. I mean, I remember it, but it's just like, it wasn't really that crazy.
Yeah, it's not notable.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking D or F with this.
Yeah, I think D, pretty much D. There's really nothing too special about that.
Now moving on to House of Wolves. House of Wolves had some really good pieces.
Yeah, they always just are like when it comes to the Fallen, they always slap.
Hmm.
So pretty much, like I think I remember. Oh no, yeah. Now that I remember it, yeah, no, that shit slapped in Dark Below, or not Dark Below, the House of Wolves.
Hmm.
Really, it slapped. I think, it was good. Like I remember it most notably being good in like the campaign and
Yeah, the strikes too.
the some of the strikes and the most notably the Prison of Elders.
Yes, yes.
Like the Skolas music,
Hmm.
I think was like really good, but it wasn't like crazy good. Like it was good. I just don't remember it too being too like crazy. You know what I mean?
I'd give it
Yeah.
a solid C.
Yeah, she's good.
It's
I
not
agree.
bad, just not
Not good.
crazy.
It's just pretty mid.
Yeah. Now, now this brings us to one of our most difficult ones.
Okay, this one is I feel like a no-brainer. Uh,
Okay,
this
but
one
I have an
is
argument that it's not actually S tier.
really.
Yeah, as much as I love this campaign and I love the music,
I really want to hear you out.
the main showstopper for The Taken King and its soundtrack was essentially the main theme, Regicide, which I play to this day nonstop. I love that song.
It's so good.
The path to Oryx, like the build up to Regicide, is ingenious. Like
Yeah.
the main
Yeah,
menu
yeah,
music,
yeah.
Orbit music was good. The raid music was good.
The raid music is all terrible except for Oryx.
That's true.
There's literally no music until Oryx.
Yeah.
That's the one catch. Because, you know, obviously since they brought it back to Destiny 2, I've actually really been able to like listen to the music.
And
There's literally none.
it's just
There's
drums and
literally none.
ambience.
It's drums and ambience until Oryx. Then
Until
Oryx
Oryx.
is like crazy. But in my opinion, Oryx does not have the hardest boss music
No, he
though.
does not. Honestly, the Regicide hits harder than his main theme does in the raid.
You know, now that you say that, I think I can agree with you in not being an S tier. I mean, in terms of nostalgia and me jumping to it and not actually thinking, I probably would just put it in S, but
Yep. Yeah, same. But
it's more like a kind of an A.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because if you also take into consideration all the other music, the missions had kind of forgettable music that was mostly ambience. There's literally a track in the official soundtrack on Spotify. I think it's when you try and stop them from reviving Crota or something. The Death Singer's Urge or something
Oh,
it's
it's
called.
just like
It's
the
just
singing.
screaming.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to take that into account and put in my rating, but like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
took what Vanilla Destiny had, came out with an
yeah.
awesome theme, but in the smaller aspects of the expansion, it didn't expand on what it did, really.
Yeah, I feel like it just had a few good ones,
Yeah.
but with
There's
like with the a release, they had to really put out a shit ton of good ones, you
yeah.
know? Like all of them. Like I
hmm
kid you not, like, all of them are just so good. Like like the original OST just all really good. But with like
Everything, yeah.
Taken King, they're good. They're really good. But in terms of just fullness, it kind of lacks there, so it kind of would just be an A for me.
That's kind of how I've like felt with the Taken King. Was it's got its really shiny parts, but then it also has kind of a forgotten part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
And that reflects with the music as well. Not saying it's bad music, it's just not like
Yeah.
show stopping. And that's what S is for. A is still good, B is still good, C is still good. The only bad tier on here is F.
Right.
You agree with it putting it in A?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Now, this brings us to a really
Yeah.
hard decision.
I don't think this one's a hard decision, and you can argue against me, and I'm I'm not gonna give into this one because this one is S all the way around. Campaign, the raid,
Mhm.
the fucking strikes, they're all great. They made metal covers for
Oh my
every single
god!
strike,
I forgot about
and
that.
they're
What
all
is that?
amazing. Sepix Prime
That was one of my favorite strikes because
and the Tanix one.
that one's amazing. Okay, I see. You know,
Yeah,
I wouldn't put this one in S personally because I don't have the nostalgia effect.
I personally would.
But if we're
Have you
talking
heard
about
like
pure
the
music,
like it's this one is easy S.
they also added a lot of a cappella tracks to this one,
Yes,
which
and that's what I love.
it's really
Like
good.
there's really good. I forget which song it is, but it's like the
Eyes Up,
opening. Yeah, Eyes Up.
that one's good.
It's so great. It gives me chills every time I listen to it.
Mhm. I feel like
Like,
the
I'll go back.
soundtrack hits the story being told about the Iron Lords, the
Yeah.
Siva outbreak, all that. I think it encompasses it really well.
And everything about the Siva outbreak in general is just like my favorite.
I'm really sad I didn't get to experience that year of Destiny 1.
I think that was probably one of my most memorable years.
I still remember
And
that clip of you getting Nano Phoenix.
oh my god, that was like the last day the game was like out before Destiny 2.
Really?
That was like I got it like the
Oh, it
last
was
week of
late.
Destiny 1.
Man, you broke your mic.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was so happy.
Now we move on to
Interesting
a
time. That
controversial year of Destiny.
yeah,
The
yeah.
release of Destiny 2.
You know, It has some bangers.
Oh,
It has a lot of bangers,
oh yeah.
actually. Now that I think about it, the Leviathan
Oh my
theme,
God,
like all of
Leviathan.
Leviathan, like I went back and listened to it like recently.
Hmm. It's
So
incredible.
good.
Oh yeah.
Then you have tracks like Journey,
That
uh,
is one of the
and
best songs
yeah,
they've ever written,
it's so good.
and it
And then you
matches the
have
story perfectly.
yeah, it really does, and a lot of
Honestly,
like
it
it, you,
overdoes the story. It's like it's talking too good about it.
right, yeah, because I mean, the story was pretty okay. You know, it just overdoes it because that shit is like phenomenal.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm trying to think of putting it in A or B, and I can't really think. And I'm trying to disassociate it with the actual time of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uh,
struggling with because every time I think of Destiny 2, ooh, vanilla, I'm like, ugh,
and
it's
I'm
not the
also
same
trying to
thing.
think of other good ones other than uh, the Leviathan music and
The main theme was pretty good.
oh yeah, it actually was. Ooh, and there was a tower theme that I also really liked.
That too. What else was
This
there?
is ooh,
What is his name? What was the bad guy's name? It's been so long.
Gaul.
Gaul. His theme is incredible. The new Legion music. Um,
Oh yeah,
they
yeah.
reprised a bunch of old themes, kind of just upgraded on them. Some of the Destination music was really nice, and um, but I mean, half of those are gone now.
Yep.
Um, it had those big shocker standouts, but the rest was still good, but kind of forgettable, kind of like the Taken King. But the raid music, the entire raid, sounded
Yeah.
phenomenal. It
Yeah, it
wasn't
really
just the
did.
honestly the Callus theme is the worst out of the entire
Yeah.
Leviathan raid.
Yeah. It's pretty there's some like parts where it kind of stands out,
Hmm.
but it's mostly kind of ambient. To be honest, I feel like I'm I'm really having a hard time putting it either in A or B. I really can't decide.
Because is it as good as the Taken King, or is it a little worse?
Hmm. I want to say a little worse, but then again, I don't know. Uh,
If we're gonna compare those two, I think the Taken King definitely had more memorable themes and like crazy new
yeah,
songs,
definitely. Definitely,
while
definitely.
Destiny 2 still had those big showstoppers. It definitely had more on the back end, like better ambient music, new themes for enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the strike, I don't really remember any of the strike music from Vanilla Destiny.
Neither do I.
Maybe it's either because it was so ambient or that we've played it a million times, we've blocked it out.
Yeah, I don't really remember too much, so I think probably B is
Yeah, I think it
probably
fits
the
well with B.
best spot for this one.
Now
And
we come to
Curse of Osiris,
Curse of
I want to put
Osiris.
in fucking F because I don't remember shit from that DLC.
I've listened to that entire soundtrack about 3 times, and I'll tell you, there's maybe two good songs out of like the 4 hour, 2 hours or whatever it is of it.
Yeah,
Rest
but
of it is
compared to
just,
everything else, it's just
it's just ambient Vex noises half of the time. I'm not joking. The ambience fits for like the infinite forest and stuff, but there's
yeah.
nothing really else there other than ambient music tracks and a few fight scenes, but nothing like crazy. And I think that's pretty much all we have to say about that.
That's literally all I have to say. I literally the raid music. I didn't even. I there
Oh my
wasn't even
god,
raid music.
it was so bad.
Just ambient. It was just
Exactly.
ambient.
That was
And
such a bad season.
it was terrible.
That should have been like they should have released that one for free. It was so bad.
Yeah, I
What did
know.
we pay for that? $60 for both
I won't.
Warmind and
No,
Osiris?
it definitely wasn't 60. It was probably like
40?
like 40 for each,
Okay.
or for no for both of
For
them to
both. I was about to
combine.
say 40 for each. Jeez, I
Yeah,
spent
no, definitely
40
not. No.
bucks on Osiris.
Yeah, fuck no. There was nothing. And then Warmind.
Warmind. This is a tricky one.
You know, I feel like this one probably to me belongs in the C. It's good. I just don't really remember too much of it. Spire was good.
Hmm.
Spire music was pretty good. But aside from that, there's really nothing that I remember too much in terms of music.
I want to point out though, unlike
Yeah.
Osiris,
It
Ormond was
actually
the
has.
first one that we had a title music change in
Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Yeah.
And you've played through it. You know what it sounds
Yes.
like.
Yes.
It's
It's good.
powerful. It's really good.
It's very good.
And
But
then it
that's it.
goes into the rock. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. There's
That's all I remember
the
is that.
Warmind theme. There's a few strikes that were good, and then
Yeah.
Spire of Stars, which honestly didn't have much music until the boss, which the boss music was good.
Yeah. 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 For sure. For
So I'm
sure.
kind of feeling it's right where House of Wolves is.
Yeah. Hmm.
Solid C
Definitely.
tier.
And this is another one that's kind of a no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I literally don't have to say anything for this one. This one has probably some of the best music that they've ever made.
We keep
In
saying that
terms
as we
of
go through them.
everything. Like no, but like this one's actually like the best. Like all the raid music was so fucking so good.
Shell
Like
of What
the Riven
Was.
theme,
Yes,
the
that
Riven
thank you.
theme is so
Mwah.
good.
Chef's kiss.
It is literally the best. And then you have the campaign theme, like just the first, like
And the
it's
dungeon.
the dungeon theme. I don't really actually remember a dungeon theme to be honest.
I was just trying to point out more content that
But
was in it.
yeah, you know,
The Death of Cade, I think, brought
yes.
something out of the composers. Man, just going back through the story, you think of the main, like that first mission before Cade dies, Gunslinger. That piece is incredible.
Hmm.
But then they're hyping you up with this awesome, epic moment. You know, you're fighting alongside Cade through the destroyed prison of elders. Then you're discovering the new Scorn. Then the new tone that gets set by Cade's death. Vengeance
Facts.
feeling as you go and
Facts.
kill all of the Scorn guys. And then discovering the Dreaming City as that
Oh yeah.
mysterious
Oh yeah.
aura from all that music. There's one
Yeah.
specific track with all the high vocals. I don't remember
Yeah,
the name
I'm
of it,
thinking
but
about it.
yeah, that
It's
one.
in my head right now. Oh, oh,
and then
yeah,
and then we had the raid. That was
yeah.
that was a
That's the strongest music they've ever had in a raid.
I agree. I think
And then
overall
not only just Forsaken, you have Season of the fucking
the
Forge,
Forge, which had some good tracks with the Forges.
really good tracks. You had
Oh, and Scourge.
literally Scourge.
Scourge, which
Yeah,
I think only the boss theme was really good.
yeah. The boss team was good. And then you had Crown.
Oh my
Um,
god, I completely forgot about Crown.
and then you had all of Opulent music.
Which was okay. It was kind of just reprised Leviathan stuff,
Yeah, it was still good.
but better.
And all that combined, it just slaps.
I think
It really,
Forsaken was the best year of Destiny.
yeah, looking at it, it really was. But then again, the current year we actually have is pretty good too.
True. Well, comparing it to what we had and what
Yeah,
we have now,
yeah,
Forsaken was the wake up call
right.
for the game to be like, hey, let's get our shit together.
Facts.
Because without Forsaken, Destiny 2 would probably have fallen off so hard.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
What came first, Shadowkeep or Beyond Light?
Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Um,
personally do not like this soundtrack.
there's nothing I remember except for Garden.
The
Garden,
soundtrack.
the
The raid. I meant.
actual the boss music is really good.
There's.
Sanctified Mind music is actually really good.
Okay, I agree with that.
Then aside from that, there's some Savathun motifs, and then
Oh,
there's
and
some
Darkness.
and darkness here and there, but not really too much. And then that's about it. I mean, to me, what do you call it? Kind of carries the
Mhm.
garden kind of carries. And then that's really about it. That's all I can really remember. And then the seasons, uh, the tracks weren't really too memorable there either
Nope.
in the seasons. But if you want to, and then Prophecy came out during Shadowkeep. Prophecy is literally one of the best things I've ever made. But
Mhm.
it didn't really have music. It was kind of just ambient.
Yeah,
Uh,
drums, battle
and then
mostly.
maybe Season of Arrivals had some good pieces, but not too much that I can really call back to. And To me, I feel like probably I want to put it in C.
Yeah, see, I was looking between C and D.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But I don't feel like it's as bad as Dark
Dark Below.
Below.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's on par with Warmind. But that might just be
Mm.
because I don't know the raid music.
Just put it in D. Put it
Yeah,
in D.
we'll put it in D, but say it's just between them.
Yeah.
No, oh, what came? I keep forgetting what
Beyond
came
Light.
first. It was Beyond Light. All right,
Beyond Light.
Beyond Light. I think this is a pretty no-brainer
Where?
for A.
Yeah, definitely A. Definitely A. Definitely A. It's really good. A lot of the music. I love the Deep Stone Lullaby. All of
Deep
the
Stone
Deep
soundtrack
Stone music
is
is
very
all
good,
very, very good. And then you have the campaign music.
which
It's
also
pretty,
carried.
pretty good too. Just a lot of good things about that expansion. But the worst thing being the content ball. But in terms of music,
I love the Beyond Light soundtrack. I
it was
would
good.
put it in S if it
I just
had
don't
more
think it
things that
competes.
stood out.
But
Like
it's still good. It's still very good.
it's still very good. Yeah, it's on par with Taken King. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think it's a bit better than Taken King.
Hmm. Yeah, I could agree there. I could definitely agree. Um,
I
I
just
mean
don't
that's
think it's S.
yeah, definitely not S, definitely not S. Uh, but yeah, that's really all I have to say about Beyond Light. It's good. It's not as good as anything in S, but pretty
It's
good.
still really good. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. 30th anniversary, right?
Yeah, 30th anniversary. That is, to be honest, the only good track is the dungeon theme.
Grasp of
Other than that,
Darkness.
yeah, that's this one probably just for that reason. It's D. There's
Couldn't
really
agree.
nothing.
I love the dungeon soundtrack a lot, but
Yeah, it's a great. But in terms of it doesn't like what I'm trying to say is it's just one. It only has one
one
song. It's not worse than what do you call it though? Than Dark
Osiris.
Below
Oh, Dark
or
Below. Yeah.
Osiris. But because there's literally, in my opinion, nothing notable in Dark Below. But you know,
Now on to the final one we have for now.
yeah.
We'll have
This
to
one, this one's interesting. In my opinion, I feel like this one's an S tier.
really.
For the sole reason I love the darkness motifs. I love the raid music. The
Okay.
Rolk theme is probably one of the best boss themes in the entire game, and I'm willing to die on that hill. The campaign music is it's all very, very, very good. The strike musics, like they brought back the Dark Blade music,
Oh yes, they did.
so that's solid. All of it is very, very, very good. And I find myself like it's all so good. It's all so good in my humble opinion. I believe it's personally an S tier soundtrack.
You know what? I can get behind that. This soundtrack took a different approach to the bad guy, because Savathun,
Yeah,
wasn't like, at least in the lore, wasn't against us solely, but more of trying to help the traveler. And I think like her throne world music, it's
yeah,
not like evil,
nah,
but
it's
it
all
does
very
have that
good.
hint of like, something's happening here.
Yeah.
But it's all very beautiful music. Very different from the usual Hive stuff that's either like really dark and eerie. And then of course the Raid soundtrack. Oh
Yeah,
my
the Raid
god.
soundtrack is incredible. Like,
I've never played a piece of
well,
music so loud.
actually, the Raid soundtrack isn't even all that, except for Rolk. Rolk is the only redeeming quality about that Raid theme, in my opinion. But it carries it perfectly.
Oh,
So
it carries so hard.
it's so good.
But
And I
now
love
I want to ask you a question
the darkness
because we're going to
themes.
put this in S, right?
Yes.
How does it compare to the other things we have in S right now?
Um, it's a pretty good question. Um, I wanna say it's better than no.
It's
I
tough.
think I wanna say it's the worst one in S, but it's still S.
Yeah.
Uh, ma- mm, maybe better than Um, than Destiny OS, like original Destiny OST, maybe.
Okay.
But other than that, it does not top Rise of Iron or Forsaken for me.
There was a track in the Witch Queen campaign that drove me mad. I think it's called Aberrant Path or something.
Huh.
That plays on a few of the campaigns, and I was stuck on one of the heroic campaigns because I wasn't running Devour or something stupid like that. Um, I just kept getting
Yeah.
it was that small room with the three different rooms. They had to go in, shoot this like a crystal or something,
I think I remember.
and there's just I don't know how else to explain it because I forget it other than that. But I kept
Okay.
dying on that boss like 80 times until I changed my loadout and was like, oh okay, this is easy. That damn song
Oh, was it the?
drove me
Oh,
mad.
it's the. It's the ghost mission
Yes,
with this
yes.
one
Oh my
guy. Yeah,
god.
everyone had a lot of trouble with that one.
I don't know.
Even
That's
I
the
did
one
when that
boss
one
I
first came
struggled
out.
with.
That one was pretty. It's a little. It's pretty challenging.
I forget what I was running the first time, but yeah. As soon as I switched up my stuff, the next day I beat it in 2 attempts.
Oh, yeah.
But man, that I still love it. But that song, it would go da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
It would go
Huh.
on. It just start over and
Yeah.
over. I, it
Oh wait, wait. Oh god, there's a lot of. Oh, actually, eh, yeah. I think I. Oh, I don't. No, no, we're still thinking about the same thing. Never mind.
yeah
I,
yeah.
I was like thinking maybe you're thinking about something else. I don't know,
Oh,
but
and that
yeah,
mission with like the doors and the symbols. I think it plays there too.
yeah. That's probably what I was thinking about as well.
That was a cool mission.